Okay. Hi, Ian. Big fan. Thanks for picking Helium over a year ago. Is there a project that's like Helium, i.e., has a real world use case? There's nothing out there like HNT so far that I've seen. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it definitely did take some time having to just kind of go through and just find a hidden gem like Helium. And quite frankly, Helium did do pretty well during the dip, right? Helium is not quite a stable coin, but relative to all the other cryptocurrencies, it didn't really dip that much, right? If we go to the last 7 days, so it basically was high, it was around 160, 180, but went to 120, right? So it hasn't really dipped quite as much as other projects, right? And if we also go to explore.helium.com, I mean, they've been building. They now have over 8,000 hotspots. Okay, that's not it. But looking at this, so the current market cap for Helium is about 60 million, right? And market price is down about 12% in the last 24 hours, I believe. Volume is up, so they were added on Binance US, which is great. But going here to network.helium, so actually I did get a second hotspot to send to my brother. But quite frankly, my region sucks for mining. The new update they had has basically killed it to a point where now I'm just buying on exchanges. But I mean, ever since we last covered it, they've doubled their number of hotspots, because I think when we covered them, they had about 4,000. Now they're at 8,000 hotspots, and they've began shipping to Europe, right? Then they're doing Asia next year, right? So Helium, I'm still very bullish on it. I think this could be a top 30 cryptocurrency. Now, in terms of what other projects do I think could be the next Helium? Well, I mean, I think once Helium gets added on Coinbase, because they are looking at it for Coinbase, this could really take off, right? And that's when like top 50, top 25 market cap becomes a real possibility. But obviously, we have seen projects also dump, kind of like UMA and Band, right? But I think long term, this to me was, I mean, it's hard to say no brainer, but I mean, this to me was as easy as it gets in terms of like a sure bet. Obviously, there is no sure bet in value investing, but I think this is a project that to me, after having a chance to meet the team, doing our research, I think this is what is the epitome of value investing. Because when you find something that nobody else has discovered, and then you say, okay, you know what? Let's get in. I mean, the only thing I regret is not buying more, right? Because I had a chance to buy this under 25 cents, under 10 cents even, but I was trying to be patient. I was trying to time it. But I mean, when you're value investing, sometimes, and you're bullish long term, I mean, trying to time it sometimes becomes futile, right? But other projects that I think have this potential, I mean, Matic Network, I've covered that before, so that's not really a surprise to anybody at this moment in time. I mean, I'm bullish on UMA, even though it's not quite as strong as Helium is in terms of ratings. We're still doing a few other projects. Last week we covered Dia. That one, tech-wise, is good. We're still doing the fundamental review on Dia, but that one is one to keep an eye on. Let me see what other projects we to cover here. Okay, sorry, just give me one sec. Checking token metrics. Yeah, I mean, for now, I think there isn't really a Helium like project that comes to mind right off the bat that I haven't covered before, right? Because most of the Helium type projects we do cover before. I mean, the only other one I know, I can't comment about it. They haven't launched yet at all. But all I can say is Token Metrics family, stay tuned. We'll have more info. Bill, any comments on Helium from a TA perspective?
Oh, certainly. Okay, coming right up. Okay, so I actually kept an eye on this. You know, what's really interesting about Helium is that it has this like start stop model that I've talked about before in altcoins, right? So, Helium did this consolidation in this square and then rallied. And now it's not clear whether it's over or not, but Helium could be making some form of triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it goes back and forth. I don't have it perfect yet, but something like that. And I think Helium's building up steam for like the next move, right? It's just a question of, there might have been people because Helium might have been like a slow-mo FOMO, right? People may have, said, oh yeah, I wanted to buy this. And then it jumped up on them and then they figured they could get in and just, they could just buy it and sort of hold it. So it may wash people out a little. Sometimes the stuff that holds up initially has a dip later. But again, for anybody who's talking Helium, that would be a good thing, right? You want to own it.
All right. Thank you, Bill. And thank you with the question. Tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Helium? Or is there a different project you think that's the next Helium? Tell us down in the comments below.